You won't believe what has really been happening behind the Majembe vs Mbavu Destroyer fights, because what looked like a simple online clout has been hiding a secret plan that almost no one saw coming. At first, people laughed. They said that it was fake. They said that it was all about attention, all about money, all about ego. But behind the cameras, behind the trash talk, something much bigger was quietly building, something powerful enough to shake the entire Kenyan boxing scene to its core. And just when everyone thought that it was just another internet publicity stunt, Mbavu Destroyer did something so unexpected. It caught the attention of powerful people, even reaching the highest offices in the country.
Sema weka mawe.
Weka mawe.
Sema weka mawe.
But that is not all, because what Majembe was doing in silence, in the shadows, would turn this rivalry from entertainment into a real war. Two street fighters, no professional coaches, no big sponsors in the beginning, yet somehow they triggered a revolution that nobody was ready for. And what happened next involved shocking deals, powerful connections, and a moment that would change their lives forever and the Kenyan boxing. So the real question is, was this just clout, or was this the beginning of something much bigger than anyone ever imagined?
So guys, the belt is here. There you go. Vurugu, check it out. There.
What you're about to discover will completely change how you see social media beef, celebrity influencers, and the entire Kenyan boxing scene. Because while millions watched and called it fake, while critics screamed it was all for attention, something unprecedented was happening. And I'm not just talking about these two guys throwing punches. I am talking about a calculated revolution, orchestrated chaos, and a master plan that will transform two unknown street fighters into national heroes with government connections, major brand deals, and the power to resurrect a dying sport. This is the untold story of Majembe vs Mbavu Destroyer. When the first clip started circulating on social media, showing Mbavu Destroyer and Majembe trading insults online, the Kenyan internet did what it does best. It tore them apart. Clout chasers. Oga Obinna is using these poor guys for content. This is fake, scripted entertainment disguised as real beef, and honestly, they had every reason to be skeptical. Kenya's entertainment scene has seen its fair share of manufactured drama. Celebrities stage breakups for views, influencers fake pregnancies for engagement, and everyone is chasing the viral moment. So, when media personality Oga Obinna, known for his clever content strategies and massive following, suddenly started amplifying this beef between two relatively unknown street fighters, the red flags were everywhere. Critics pointed out the convenience, how perfectly timed each escalation was, how the insults seemed designed for maximum shareability, how every heated exchange somehow ended up perfectly edited and posted across multiple platforms simultaneously. But here is what the critics missed while they were busy calling it fake. The training footage started appearing, not the polished, professionally shot content you'd expect from a publicity stunt. Raw, unfiltered clips of Mbavu Destroyer in abandoned buildings, using makeshift equipment, pushing his body to dangerous limits without a single professional coach in sight. And Majembe, he was matching that energy, blow for blow, posting his own extreme training sessions that showed a level of dedication that simply doesn't exist in fake beefs. But that is not all. Wait until you see what happened next. Because while everyone was arguing about authenticity online, Mbavu Destroyer was doing something no one expected. He was building an empire. Let me break down exactly how this happened, because it's genius. Mbavu Destroyer understood something that professional athletes with million-shilling contracts still don't get. In the modern age, your story sells better than your skill. Your journey creates more value than your victories. So, what did he do? He documented everything, every brutal training session, every failure, every small victory, every moment of doubt. He took his audience inside his world with a transparency that was, honestly, kind of shocking. There is footage of him training in the rain, shadowboxing in muddy fields, doing push-ups until his arms literally gave out. No gym memberships, no professional equipment, no nutritionist, no coach, and no safety net. Just pure, unfiltered determination. And Kenya watched. They watched this underdog story unfold in real time, and something incredible happened. They started believing. The same people who called it clout chasing were now sharing his videos with captions like, "This is what dedication looks like," and Mbavu is inspiring a generation. But here is where it really gets interesting. Corporate Kenya started paying attention. Travel agencies saw a fighter who represented the hustler mentality, the grassroots grind that defines the Kenyan spirit. They didn't see an unprofessional street brawler. They saw authentic marketing gold. The brand partnership started rolling in. Not small endorsements. We're talking about major deals with companies that typically wouldn't touch unproven talent. And then, the moment that changed everything. The government officials started talking about Mbavu Destroyer. Sports administrators who had ignored grassroots boxing for decades were suddenly mentioning his name in meetings. Youth empowerment programs wanted him as a case study, and then came the ultimate validation. President William Ruto himself acknowledged the movement. Think about that for a second. A street fighter with zero professional credentials caught the attention of the highest office in the land, not through traditional sporting channels, not through athletic association, but through sheer force of authentic storytelling and relentless dedication. The marketing tool that critics dismissed had just accessed levels of influencer that professional boxers train their entire lives to reach. But wait, because Majembe's story is completely different, and what he was doing in the shadows is going to blow your mind. While Mbavu the Destroyer was conquering social media and collecting brand deals, Majembe was executing a completely different playbook, and this is where the genius of these entire situations becomes clear. Majembe went dark. Well, not completely dark, but strategically quiet. While Mbavu posted multiple times daily, Majembe rationed his content like a master strategist. When he did post, it was intense, extreme training footage that made Mbavu's session look tame, shadowboxing combinations that showed rapidly developing technical skills, conditioning work that proved this wasn't just about entertainment anymore. Majembe understood the role he needed to play in this narrative. If Mbavu was the charismatic marketer, Majembe would be the legitimate threat, the real fighter, the one who made this whole thing more than just a publicity stunt. He kept the fire burning. As they say, every time public interest started to wane, every time critics started saying this will never actually happen, Majembe would drop a training video that would reignite the conversation. Have you seen Majembe's latest training? Mbavu is in trouble. Majembe has been too quiet. He's preparing something bigger. The mystery, the tension, the unknown factor, all perfectly calibrated to maintaining maximum interest. And here is what's absolutely fascinating. Both fighters, whether intentionally or instinctively, were executing a perfect promotional strategy. Mbavu provided constant content to maintain visibility. Majembe provided scarcity to build mystique. Together, they created an irresistible narrative. But the real question everyone was asking, the question that was tearing Kenyan social media apart, was this actually going to be a legitimate fight or just a staged exhibition? And that is where the truth gets complicated, because what happened behind the scenes will change everything you thought you knew. Let us address the elephant in the room, Oga Obinna. The accusation against him were relentless. People say that he was exploiting these fighters for content, that he was manipulating them for his own YouTube views and radio ratings. that he saw two desperate guys willing to do anything for fame and decided to use them. But here is what actually happened, and I have receipts. Oga Obinna saw something that the Kenya professional sports promoters had completely missed. The country was starving for authentic local sports content. Think about it. When is the last time Kenya had a major boxing event that captured national attention? When is the last time local fighters got the kind of media coverage reserved for international athletes? Kenyan boxing had been dying a slow death. Talented fighters were immigrating to countries with better infrastructure. Youth were choosing football or athletics because boxing offered no clear path to success. The entire ecosystem was collapsing. And then two street fighters start beefing online. Most promoters would have ignored it. Too unpolished, too risky, too far outside the traditional pipeline. But Oga Obinna, he saw the potential. Not potential to exploit them, potential to build something. And here is what they actually did. And this is confirmed by multiple sources close to the situation. He connected them with proper medical screening before any official fight could be sanctioned. He brought in experienced boxing consultants to ensure safety protocols. He negotiated media deals that would benefit the fighters and not just himself. He used his platform to amplify their stories in ways that attracted legitimate opportunities. Was he also benefiting from the content? Absolutely. His YouTube channel has been growing. His radio shows have gotten massive engagement and his brand has expanded. But here is the truth that critics don't want to admit. Everyone is winning. This wasn't exploitation. This was ecosystem building. Mbavu has gotten brand deals that changed his life's economic situation. Majembe has gained opportunities he never would have accessed through traditional channels. And the Kenyan boxing, it got something it desperately needed: relevance. Suddenly, young people are talking about boxing again. Gyms reported increased memberships from youth inspired by Mbavu and Majembe. Corporate sponsors who had written off boxing as unmarketable were reconsidering their positions. But the story gets even crazier because what happens next proved that this was never just about two guys fighting. Here is what we need to zoom out and see the bigger picture. Because while everyone was focused on Majembe versus Mbavu, something seismic was happening to Kenyan sports marketing. These two fighters with minimal formal training and zero traditional credentials had just rewritten the entire playbook for how athletes can build their brands. They proved that authenticity beats polish, that grassroots storytelling can compete with corporate production, that social media savvy can open doors that traditional pathways keep blocked. And the impact, it's massive. Other fighters started emerging, using the Mbavu Majembe template, documenting their journeys, building their audiences, creating their own opportunities instead of waiting for sports federations to discover them. Corporate brands started releasing their athlete sponsorship strategies. Why pay millions for established athletes with manufactured personas when authentic grassroots fighters could deliver better engagement? Government sports administrators were forced to pay attention. Youth empowerment programs have started incorporating elements of the Mbavu Majembe strategy. Document your hustle, build your brand, create your own opportunities. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to succeed. The revolution wasn't just about boxing, but it was about agency. It was about two guys from nowhere with nothing who refused to accept that the system's limitations were their limitations. So, what is the truth about the Majembe versus Mbavu Destroyer? It's this: it was never just one thing. It started as organic beef between two competitive fighters. Yes, smart media personalities like Oga Obinna recognized and amplified the potential. Yes, both fighters used it to build their brands and create opportunities. And all of these things are true simultaneously. The people calling it authentic were not wrong. The people seeing the strategic promotion were not wrong either. What we witnessed was the evolution of sports entertainment in real time, the blurring of lines between genuine competition and smart marketing, the democratization or athlete branding building and the results speak for themselves. Mbavu Destroyer went from training in abandoned buildings to securing deals with major traveling agencies and corporate brands. His story has become a case study in personal branding and social media marketing. Majembe transformed from an unknown street fighter to a legitimate boxing prospect with professional training opportunities and sponsorship deals. Kenyan boxing experienced a renaissance, viewership up, gym memberships up, youth engagement up, and corporate investments up. Oga Obinna and other media personalities prove that content creators can play a legitimate role in sports development and not just sports coverage, and most importantly, a new pathway was created. So, the next time you see what looks like manufactured drama in the Kenyan sports or entertainment, ask yourself, what if it's both authentic and strategic? What if the people involved are smart enough to recognize opportunity and genuine enough to deliver real value? Because that is what Majembe and Mbavu proved. You can be real and be smart about it. You can have genuine competitive fire and know how to market yourself. You can revolutionize an industry and change your own life simultaneously. The truth about Majembe versus Mbavu isn't simple. It is complicated, multifaceted, and absolutely brilliant. And the Kenyan sports scene will never be the same again. If this story amazed you, hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started and covering the real stories behind the Kenya's biggest moments. Drop a comment telling me, did Majembe and Mbavu save Kenyan boxing, or was it all just clever marketing? See you in the next Celebrity Drama Files.